everyone, this is Victoria from Victoria Violet's Tarot. I hope you all are doing great. First, I want to start by apologizing for my long stay away. I didn't mean to, especially since my YouTube channel is so new. However, I had a family emergency, and you know how family emergencies go. They're unplanned, and it kind of took my focus away from readings, and I didn't want to bring that to the fore. And so I had to wait until I was in tune again with my spirit guides, with the archangels. And so now that I'm back, and this reading is for Libra. Thank you so much for your patience. What I'm going to do, my Libras, is I am going to start shuffling. This reading is going to be for the week of June the 7th through the 14th, 2020. Okay, I'm going to start by shuffling the cards, and I know this is tedious, but I have to do it. And Libras, I'm so sorry. I'll be disclosing this to everyone else as well. I kind of lost my little my helper, my producer that was cutting out this portion of the readings where you don't have to listen to the shuffling. But at least you know I'm really shuffling and I'm really trying. So hopefully this reading resonates with you. Hey, you know, I hope you don't mind me asking this. I really do mean it with all sincerity. If you watch this video, can you please click the like and subscribe? It would really mean a lot to me. I'm trying to grow this channel, and it's gonna take a village to help me to get there. I'm trying to get to at least 1,000 views. Would you please be so kind, if you see this channel, if you like, or if it resonates with you, please do like, share, and subscribe. Mostly liking and subscribing. I would really be appreciative of that, Libra. Thank you so much. After all, these readings are free, and for me to be able to continue to do them and know that I'm on the right mark, that's the only way I'm gonna know, if you hit the subscribe button and if you hit the like button. So let me go ahead and focus on your cards here. I have one more deck. And for me, I just want you guys to know that I love tarot decks. I do. I absolutely adore them. To me, they're like books. You can never read enough books or have enough books. At least that's the way I've always been. However, for me as well, they have to resonate with the reading that I'm doing. And so for me, it's not so much as that I have to disclose to you what type of tarot deck it is, because that's not what's important. What's most important is the fact that the reading is touching you, it's reaching you, and it's what you need to hear at that moment in time. So please forgive me if I'm not the sort of reader that goes out of their way to automatically begin to disclose the decks of cards, because sometimes I've had these decks for so many years, since I've been doing this for 25 years now, that literally I don't have the boxes or names of them anymore. So again, what you need to take away from this reading is, did the reading resonate with you? Was it something you needed to hear? And did it come when you needed to hear it? I'm going to move something real quick. There. As I think that was kind of shining at you and maybe would have prevented you from seeing the cards right. So the first thing that I'm doing is I'm picking from an angel deck, okay? That much I can tell you. It is an angel deck, okay? For some reason, I feel like there's a lot of things going on right now with Libras right now, that they're in need of hearing something positive, a positive message, okay? So I'm going to start with this card, and then I'm going to read something to you that's just for you, and then I'm going to start with the reading. This is the angel of compassion, okay? The angel of compassion. And it says, you and I are one. When you are compassionate, we are able to understand others. From deep within ourselves, this attitude brings a light that reveals truth and the love that transforms and heals. To be compassionate is to be equal one with another as with oneself. Okay? So maybe you're going through something where you feel that maybe somebody's not comprehending or not getting you right now, not getting what you're trying to convey to them or trying to give to them, grant to them, even in thought. Sometimes we can have thoughts, right? We can have thoughts where we want to be loving and giving to people, and they're just not wanting to accept the gift of that at that moment, and that's okay, and we have to be okay with it somehow. But also, I'm getting from this card that you have to be compassionate towards yourself, because you too deserve compassion. You too deserve love. You too deserve to be heard. You too deserve to be given a hug, even. You know, we all need hugs from time to time, because a hug can convey such a beautiful thing. It's an energetic exchange. It's a person either saying, I love you, or I care about you, or I like you enough to worry about you or be concerned about you. So take from that card what you will, what you need. But I do really feel like the angel of compassion is with you right now, and it's trying to tell you things are going to be okay. And it's okay to be compassionate towards yourself and not only others. The next message you have, Libra, for this time frame in your life, it states, it's your road and yours alone. Others may walk it with you, but no one can walk it for you. So sometimes things get hard and we want to turn and run away. We want to turn and run the other way because they may not be what we expected. Things may not be what we anticipated, or the outcome may not be what we wanted. But it also is the fact of letting us know that if it's a dream that you have, if it's something vivid that you've been wanting to come into fruition, to come to pass, to really come into reality, you know, whether it's writing a book, whether it's getting another job, whether it's becoming a mother or becoming a father, or becoming a husband or a wife, or it's becoming a teacher or a lawyer or doctor, anything that you have been wanting to make happen in your life. The only person that can really make that happen is you. Your mother, your father, your sisters, your brothers, your husband, your wife, they can stand with you in this, and they can walk the path with you. And mostly, if you're loved by them, they're going to do it gracefully, and that only adds to your strength, right? A column of strength. But the reality is, whatever it is that you want at this time of your life, the only one that can do it for you is you. Because your friends can walk with you, your mother, your father can walk with you, but the only person that can do this for you, obtain this for you, and get this for you, and be your own cheerleader is you. So you have to understand that, okay? So that's the message that they have for you. They have a lot of messages for you today, so please bear with me. This reading is going to be kind of long, and I hope it's resonating with you. Again, general readings are not for everybody, so I understand if you don't feel like you got anything out of this. But what I also have been telling people for 25 years is, please give me the opportunity to do this reading, write it all down, and keep a journal. And then as things come to pass, scratch them off. If they did pertain to you, they will come to pass. Scratch them off. If they don't pertain to you at this moment, write them down, because what if they come to pass next week, next month? and then you say, oh, that's what she was talking about. So journal. Journaling is good for a lot of things, but that's for another video. Right now we're going to focus on this. Okay, so the time frame of June the 7th through June the 14th for Libra. This is what the gods and goddesses, the archangels, would like for you to ask yourself, Libra. They want to ask you to ask yourself, who are you? Who are you? And this is from you, coming from yourself, coming from your own senses, coming from your own mind. Who do you see yourself as? Who are you? Are you someone that's funny, that you're like a little comedian, you like to make people laugh, you laugh at about just simple, silly little things? Are you a super serious person that doesn't allow themselves to be soft and gentle to themselves, or to even laugh at themselves when they do something that maybe didn't turn out that great? Are you a creative person? Do you like to create things with your hands, with your mind? Are you inventive? Do you like to paint? Do you like to make models? Do you like to create machinery of some sort, gadgetries, or even apps, right? Software. Who are you? You need to ask yourself this year, not because of everything has been going on in the world and the planet via this, that I'm not even going to mention because it's not worth mentioning, because we're not giving it that energy. But they want you to ask yourself that. You've never really sat down and asked yourself, who are you? And are you okay, furthermore, with who you are? Are you okay with that? Are you okay with being funny and not so serious? Are you okay with being too serious and not so funny? Are you not using your creative side of your brain or your heart or yourself? Are you not using your inventive side, or are you using it and then put it away and then maybe bring it out because you don't believe that it's going anywhere and put it away again? You need to know that this is what the angels are telling you. They're saying, stop hiding your beauty, stop hiding your gifts, and who you really are. For example, let me give you another example. If you're pagan, be pagan. If you're Christian, be Christian. If you're agnostic, be agnostic. Whatever you are, just don't hide yourself from the world anymore. It's not worth it. You have created more issues in your life by trying to hide things from people, or trying to keep the way that you really feel from people, more than you've gifted the world. Gifted them a part of you. And they deserve to have all of you. The world is not going to shriek or die, or no one is going to faint because you tell them who you really are. You have to feel comfortable enough in your body and in your person to stop hiding who you are, because the whole truth is there's more to you than meets the eye, and you have to give the world all of you. You can't just give the world what you think the world wants to see or hear. You have to be who you are, period. And you cannot keep being who other people think you should be. You have the right to be whoever you are. Whoever you are and whatever you want to be. So keep those things in mind between June 7th, June 14th, because right now all of these retrogrades and all of these eclipses are very emotional, are very hard on our bodies, are super extremely hard on our beings, super extremely hard on our mental faculties, and it's like you just want to walk away from everything, and you feel like there's no authenticity to life. if you stop hiding yourself and hiding your beauty, you're going to see that your gifts of who you really are going to come, and they're going to be beautiful for everybody to see, and you will be so much happier for them. Okay, we knew that in late May, which is just past, the moon was in Leo, okay, the lion. So you probably were more social, and if not, you're probably coming into that right now. And you may also attract others to you, okay? And that's great. If you're single, then you can start to see more people being attracted to you, maybe to your physical being or to your emotional being, to your energy. Because like I said, baby, stop hiding that energy. Let people see who you really are. Let them not judge you by the cover. Let them read some of that book, because your book is volumes deep. So let them see that, so that you can start attracting people to yourself, attracting business to yourself. Be more social. Attract what you want. Okay? Around the 3rd of June, again, this just recently passed, we had the greatest view of Mercury, and we saw it in the evening sky, and it was beautiful. But we can also know that Mercury sends retrogrades, and we're getting out of one, I think it, if I'm not mistaken, sometime in June, July-ish. And so if things have been going, the way that retrogrades work is, if things have been going really bad, then a retrograde works and starts going retrograde, meaning reverse, then things start getting better again. If you have had things that are great and things start going, retrograde planetary wise, then it's okay, because I don't see anything bad coming your way during this time frame. If I did see anything, I would tell you. So I think, Libra, you're safe. Right now is a time for pushing forward with your dreams. Pushing forward, because to me the angels, Venus and Mercury, are coupled, and they're pushing you, propelling you forward to work on yourself and work on these dreams that maybe through marriage, maybe through childbearing, maybe because you were in school, maybe because you didn't have the funds, or something stopped you. But right now things are starting to move forward, rolling forward, and they're strong for you. So I want to say that this is the time to grab the bull by the horns and do what you want to do for yourself. Obtain your goals. Nothing's impossible. I know that's a saying that sounds like a cliche. It's not a cliche. You do have to put in some of the work, because it's not just going to fall at your feet and you open the door and an Amazon box is going to be there with your life dream inside of it. So you will have to put some work into it, but that doesn't mean that you can't do this. I'm here to tell you, you can do this. So we have had a lunar eclipse just a few days ago, which was June the 5th, and that brought on another set of emotions altogether. And we have to remember, Libra is an air sign. So what does the air do? If anything is stagnant, it moves, it flows, right? It moves it. And so along with movement in business and other matters that you have in your life, also the emotions, move as well. Don't let yourself become unbalanced. Don't. The eclipse brings with it, since it's a lunar eclipse, it has a lot of feelings of lies and contradictory information and ideas and energies behind it. but it's an illusion. It's an illusion. It's not really happening. It's an illusion. So you have to take that for what it's worth. And for right now, what it's worth is it's literally just the moon doing its tricks. The god Loki is who's coming to mind, because Loki loves to be a trickster and he loves to play with people's minds. So remember that, okay? Connect with one another and connect with yourself all the way through, not just halfway through, not just one aspect of you. Give all of yourself. Give your body, your mind, your spirit, your heart, your soul. Give it all. No matter how things seem, no matter how things appear in your life, I say do it. Just go for it. And I think things will go good for you this portion of the month. I actually feel like the whole month of June is going to be good for you financially. It's going to be good for you as far as what's coming business-wise. I feel like you have a venture that you want to put forth, that you want to put into, speak into life. And I say go for it. Do not stand in your own way. Do not feel like you need to satisfy anybody, pacify anybody, or even impress anybody. Do what you're doing and you'll be fine. Okay, now let's start the tarot part of the reading. Spirit, although I've shuffled these cards, I am asking for you to give us the best information that will come forward for Libra for the time frame of the 14th, the 7th of June through the 14th of June 2020, so that Libras can make the best decisions they can possibly make in reference to their life, in reference to their love, and in reference to their hopes and aspirations. And so must it be. Judgment card right away. Judgment card right away. They don't make cards the way they used to, by the way, so they're a little bit light and they tend to be floppy. Judgment card. Let me put out the next couple cards and then we'll talk about that. What did I just finish saying? Right now, whatever it is that you're working on, whatever's in the works, it's in your favor. For sure. It's in your favor. So, what can we say about these cards? Judgment coming out right away is telling me that no matter what, you're going to get what you're wishing. You're going to get what you've been hoping for. It's going to happen. The next card that's right next to it is the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is when you feel so spent, you're tired, you've even maybe at times felt hopeless and helpless, and you feel like, I can't do this. I really can't do this. This is too much for me. I'm not going to make it. But I'm here to tell you that the outcome is so beautiful. It's the Ace of Cups. Your cups are being filled. The Spirit of God is with you. Whatever God you believe in, God is. They're fulfilling your dreams. They're fulfilling your hopes. Your deepest, most innermost hopes are being fulfilled. You have this. You got this. You need to believe in you. That's the only thing that I feel deeply right now, is that you don't have enough belief in you. If you can stop doing that, and I know that it's easier said than done, been there, done that, but if you can stop long enough, take short breaks, take deep breaths, meditate even if it's 2 minutes in your mind, even if it's at work, you can still meditate because you're facing your desk, nobody knows what you're doing, and you can just pray out to God in your mind, Goddess, and you can ask for help, of relief of whatever it is in your mind that is troubling you, that is preventing you from seeing these things come to fruition. For sure, you have judgment and you have something big on its way. Coming and going of situations. That's not a bad card at all. What does that tell me, coming and going of situations? That means that whatever was so tough that you thought it's not going to happen for me, it's not only coming, and it's coming in big because it's an ace card, it's also telling me those matters are dispelling. That energy is going away. It's being removed and new beginnings are starting. Now, I do want to say that they are mentioning fall. So something may happen around fall that may make you feel like, wow, I didn't even see this coming. But the new beginnings are there, 1, 2, 3. So for sure, new beginnings are coming in general. But something in fall, that's why I tell you guys to write this down. So you can reflect back to these readings. And so that you can say, okay, yeah, that's what she was talking about. So something around fall to me is the end of August all the way through to the end of November. That's what I call fall. I know other people may see it in a different light, but we can even call fall all the way until the winter solstice, okay? But I see it more along, to me, around August, September-ish. Something positive is on its way to you. And, oh my gosh, here we go. Here's the Tower card. So there's your confirmation that what we've been talking about is coming to pass. It's not only coming to pass, it's going to be a life changer, a game changer. Something positive and energetic is coming. We have wands, which have meant that not only are you putting in a lot of work, you have put in a lot of work. So of course it makes you feel overwhelmed. Of course it can make you feel like, is this ever going to end? Is this ever going to, finish? I want to go to the finish line. I'm not a horse. I'm not a runner. Although runners and horses have two things in common. There's a finish line. And so it makes you feel like, hey, God, Goddess, just, whomever's listening out there, the archangels, can you give me a break? I've done the work. Now give me, the fruits of my labor. It keeps falling down. So I feel like this one we're going to have to clarify further, but there's a coming and going of a situation. It's not going to be there any longer. It's not going to be hampering your life anymore. So we want to know what is going away. What is it? Because all the cups are talking about love. There's so many cups that it has to be something about love that's in there, because even the horn, the trumpet, so to speak, if you turn it upside down, it's also a cup. So two things can happen with cups. One, money can be filled, right? You can pour something into cups. And the other thing is that cups represent a lot of love. So maybe you've had a relationship that has been extraordinarily hard at this time period. Everything's going to clear up. Things are coming and going, meaning that energy is going away, and a celebration, and it brings on a different beginning. Now, remember I asked for clarification for what was going away. So what's going away is that there's a lot of demonic energy. And I'm going to call it the way I see it, okay? I'm a very real reader. Whatever my guides tell me, I tell you. I don't sugarcoat anything. I don't tell you what you want to hear. I tell you what you have to hear, because then later on, that's my reputation, and all you have to go by as far as what you know about me is that I just tell you what you want to hear, and I'm not going to do that. I never have, and I never will. So somebody or something has been interfering in your life, whether it's your work life or whether it's your love life. There's been a lot of interference. It could have been some black magic done against you. It could have been wishes that were against you not to succeed. It could have been a lot of depression even for some people. But that's going to be lifting. Look at that. Look at that when I said evil and depression. So I'm going to put them down here because those go with, together. And yes, it has been hard. I'm not going to minimize this for any of you, my sweethearts, because you guys have been going through something so hard and so horrible that I don't wish this on anybody. You will have messages coming. Okay? The Knight represents messages. And this person isn't the nicest person. Okay, let me rephrase that. The Emperor can be very curt. The Emperor can be very matter-of-factly. The Emperor can be the last word at times if it's anything to do with legal. So let's see what this has to do with. Has to do with a relationship. So the relationship can be a marriage, it can be a union, it can, even if it's in business, it can be a business partner. They're kind of harsh in the way that they come across. They're kind of cold. They can be very demanding. Let's see what the Emperor wants with this relationship. Has a lot of illusions. Thinking a lot. Thinking a lot. Thinking a lot. So their brain is like in overdrive. So they can't help themselves right now. They have been thinking about the relationship. And they're asking for patience. They're asking for patience. So if you have been having a relationship issue, my Libras, they're asking for patience. So if you can find it in your heart to be patient, then wonderful. Okay? Right now, since there's been eclipses, since there's been retrogrades, right now is not the best time to make decisions when it comes to the matters of the heart, especially if you've been married for longer than a year. There's no reason to throw your marriage away. Wait it out if you can, because maybe they are going through something that you can't see. And so if they're asking for patience, then if you can give it, it's hard, it's emotional, it's draining, but the angel of compassion says, if you can be your own self and the same self that you are to others, that means that you can be strong enough to withstand this and see where it's going. Give it at least until the end of this eclipse and these retrogrades and see if things change. And if they change, my dear Libras, whether you're a male or a female going through this, then you'll know it's the right thing. If things continue the same even after the retrograde, then you know that at that time you're free to do what you need to do for yourself, because of course we need to love ourselves too. We can't just love other people that maybe are hurting us on an emotional level. But at the same time, we have to understand one thing and only one thing alone. In my lifetime, I have never seen where there's been 3 retrogrades of 3 planets at the same time. And then there's been 2 lunar eclipses at the same time period. And then there's going to be a solar eclipse at the same time period. So what am I saying? I'm saying this. Some of what's happening has nothing to do with the individual that's a human being. Our bodies that we are in, for those that really believe in a metaphysical way, are receptors. And because we're receptors, we're like transmitters. What do transmitters do? They transmute, they transmit energies. So the energies that have been coming through from the planets retrograding, from The lunar eclipses, especially the loon, you feel lunacy. That's another term for loon. You feel overwhelmed. You feel like there's a lot of lies. You feel like your life is a lie. You feel like you have hopelessness. You start feeling overwhelmed, and you start even thinking off the wall conspiracies. With the solar eclipse, it's more like, okay, well, we need the sun to survive. We need the sun to live. And so we need the sun to give life to the planet, to give us life, to give us our vitamin D naturally, to raise the plant crops up so that we can have food and sustenance, and so we can have daylight, right? Because who wants to waste their electricity and have to spend an arm and a leg on that? So there's so much going on right now that we need to calm our sweet little hearts. Some of you, are going through a lot with an emperor energy, but they are asking for patience. I don't know if the emperor is asking for patience or if the angels are asking for patience from you, but they are asking for patience in this matter. And what I'm going to do is, because we're already at 36 minutes, I don't want to cheat you, but I do want to move forward, okay? Because I don't want it to be so long that you get bored and you don't want to be here for the rest of this reading. So, spirit, angel, guides, beautiful light, beautiful archangels, my uncles, I ask you for the purple violet light. I ask you for that light of well-being and blessing from my Libras. I'm also asking at this time for you to give us more clarity on this reading, for you to give us more information to go by than what you already gave us, so that we know which way to go, which turns to make, so that we don't make mistakes, and so that we can be good to ourselves, because right now is a time to nurture ourselves. Okay, what can you tell us? Okay, Gabriel, I'm talking to you and I'm asking you, what is in store for Libras? So it could even be a child, it could even be children, it could even be that the person that you're with is younger than you. They're going through a lot of things. They're having hassles, they're having difficulties, they're having money difficulties as well. Their friends, they're thinking about their friends. They're thinking that their friends are not the best companions that they could have chosen to be around. Their friends are being overly demanding right now financially, and over demanding of their time. You know how a girlfriend can be overly demanding of a boyfriend's time? Well, right now what it is that it seems like the person that's causing this, the emperor, is going through all of this because they're being asked way too much from these people, almost like a smothering from them energy-wise. There are new beginnings in love. There are new beginnings. There's a little bit of heartache because there's hard feelings. Family ties, family love, connectivity. There's a lot of knowing that this too is going to be passing. But I do see where this person here, the emperor, is going to be going a little bit back and forth with their energy because they're still unsure of something that's going on in y'all's life or her life, but it feels like a male energy. And I feel like what they really want is to be self-sufficient, and it's hard for them because they want to be self-sufficient. They feel like they've lost a lot in their life. They've given up a lot, and they're unhappy in reference to that. They're unhappy that everything they feel they touch is getting ruined. Their friends are really not giving them good advice. So they're taking it out on you. Their friends could even be telling them that their decision that they made to be with you is not a good thing. And so, unfortunately, they don't have any good emphasis. They don't have any good input from people. The friends are being selfish and are saying, hey, stay here, stay with us. But you know what they're not understanding is if that person listens and goes towards them, what they're going to lose out on is a beautiful marriage or relationship here, lots of love. They're not going to lose money like they're being told they're losing money. No. Everybody has to make their own decisions. That's why we're individuals and we're unique and we're adults. As adults, we have a right to make our own decisions that match us, that balance with us, and has nothing in the world to do with how other people see our lives or see what our life should be like or see what they want for our life. So in the end, and during this time period, it looks like the Emperor, yes, although they're asking for time, and also the archangels, it looks like, are asking for Libras to give this Emperor energy some time to cool down, to calm down, to see reason. But at the same time, they don't have anybody around them that is giving them good advice. All they have around them is people that are telling them why this relationship is not gonna work and doesn't work and shouldn't work and should have never been. So that's what you're fighting. This is the clarification portion, and that's what you're fighting against, is these evil forces. I call them evil because you should want the best for someone. You should not be pointing out only the negative things. You should be pointing out the positive things of why a relationship could work out. There is a lot of love. There is a lot of communion at home, security. There is a big opportunity for huge love, for huge money, for huge love to be in this relationship. This relationship is meant to be long lasting and until the end of the person's life, and so is the money. But they're telling the Emperor, this died because you got married, you cursed yourself. That's not true. That is bullshit. That's what my guides are saying. That's bullshit. And they're saying this is a very loving man, very family oriented man, hard worker, looking at travel, looking at work, and looking at money, and looking at this person with a lot of love. So there's a lot of love there, but there's been a lot of interference from the outside. And if I can say anything about the Emperor is that, one, they should not listen. For cross watchers, should not be listening. Secondarily is that you have to be strong enough to make your own mind up. Your friends, your co-workers, your family, your roommates, your whatever, they cannot make these decisions for you, because then that means that you take the decision making out of your own hands. And then it's not really your life anymore. It's their life. And yes, it has been a hard road for both my Libra and their companion. But at the same time, things are changing. Things are coming. The marriage card is right there. Has it been tainted by a bunch of evil people that have, like they say, the serpent has a split tongue? And has put things, into these people's minds to where they feel like it's just a fantasy, it's not real. So again, my Libra, that's going to be up to you, whether you want to wait right now during this time period. This is really hard. This is a very hard period indeed for all of the signs. But for love, especially, you have to understand Venus is going retrograde, and Venus is your sign that you were born under, your planet that you were born under. So, of course, the love portion is going to be very, very hard. There can be misunderstandings. There can be impatience. So, it's not something that is going to be an easy peasy thing to go through right now, this time period for you. But you're going to have to find a way, to have compassion for yourself, compassion for your mate or your boyfriend, girlfriend, knowing that judgment is coming in your favor and knowing that that person will be coming back. Hopefully they come back different. Hopefully they learned their lesson, because the only way for this to come back and work is that that person has to learn their lesson. What does that mean? That means that they have to stop listening to other people that think they have all the answers, but they don't. They don't. We all have our own paths to live, and some people have a path to be by themselves, and some people have a path to be with their significant others, because that's already preordained, and no one has a right to interfere with that. So when somebody's giving bad advice and they're listening, all you can do is pray to God and Goddess, to the archangels, and to their spirit guide, to their guardian angel, to have them come to their senses if it's meant to be, to have them realize that this is not supposed to be this way, and to stop listening to all these people that are giving them such horrible advice. If it was good advice, if you were bad for them, I could see them going that route, and I could see why, they would be giving them this advice, but they're giving them the wrong advice. They're not helping them to see the beauty of this relationship. They're not helping, especially if there's children involved. They're not helping to see that they're damaging people. They're not helping them to see that they're damaging their spouse, their girlfriend, etc., the person they've made the commitment to. So, Libra, the good and positive things is what I want you to take away from this reading. Working on yourself, because after all, whatever it is that you want, remember, other people can walk the road with you, but you're the only one that can do it. So, if this is not a convenient thing for you, and you feel in the end that you have to walk away, that's up to you. But they are asking, the guides are asking for you to have a little bit of patience. And unfortunately, I see this lasting until June, July. So that's a long waiting period. Only you know whether you have the energy, the time to be able to do this, okay? I love you so much. I want to end this with a prayer, which I never do. For my Libras, I wish for you that the God and the Goddess would protect you in their beautiful white glowing light, the pure light of God, that no matter what decision you make at this time, it would be the right decision for you. That whoever's hurting you or harming you or interfering in your life and your love life or your business life, that they will stop. This is what I wish for you. I pray that you would come out stronger for it. I pray that you would grow wiser from it. And I pray that you will be okay. I'm sorry you're going through all of this. And I pray that this too shall pass, one way or the other. It's only for a little while. This is a retrograde. And the lunar eclipses are very strong. So think about that. Maybe put your relationship on coast and let it ride. I thank you so much for watching. Please share, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Can you please help me to do that? Many blessings, much love to you. This is Victoria from Victoria Violet's Tarot, with much love, and I send you a hug. Bye-bye.